Hi everyone. So today this is the next session, another session of bridge course. Welcome to Vignan University. On this bridge course, last class we have discussed about the different concepts regarding set, relation, function, limits, continuity and all. So the most important thing what you are going to use in your professional course is your differentiation, integration and remaining things. So that is why let us see some concept what you have learned already and how we can go through this one to connect to the other subjects based on this. I'll tell some of the application part and the basic things what we required in differentiation, right? So let us start. Just today I'll tell the differentiation. Our topic is differentiation, the basic definitions and its applications for it, right? So in this session you will be able to learn definition of the differentiation, rules of differentiation and some applications in our daily life how you are using it, right? This is very, very important things. So let us see this. Differentiation is a small, it is all about the measuring the change. Differentiation is nothing but the measuring the change. So what you write differentiation immediately dy by dx, dy by dx. So y is changing with respect to x. So y is depending on x. Is it clear? So since y is depending on x, y is called as your dependent variable and x we call it as the independent variable. Let us see here, measuring the change in a linear function. Let us see this, the linear functions. So I have taken y equal to a plus bx. This is the equation of straight line. Is it clear? So we call it as this is the linear function. Where a is the intercept and b is nothing but the constant slope, the impact of unit change in x on the level of y. Right? It means the y and b are constant. Right? And y is depending on x. If x will change, then y is also change. So here del y, it means change in y, divided by del x, right? That is nothing but the rate of change of y with respect to x. So if del y, let us take, this is y2 minus y1, changes from y1 to y2. So what is the difference? y2 minus y1, change in y. And change in x is nothing but x2 minus x1. Is it clear? So here see this is the curve and let us take this one is your x1 y1 and this is your x2 y2. Is it clear? So here del y equal to what? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. What it is nothing but, this is nothing but the slope of the line connecting to the 2 point x1 y1 and x2 y2 on this given curve. Right? This is for the linear things. If you consider, let us take if y equal to x square. If y equal to x square. So here let us take this is your x and this is your y. If x is 2, then what is y is nothing but your 4. And if x is 4, then y is nothing but your how much? 16. So the value of x, if you put different values, we will get the different values of y. Right? If you take this 2.24, x1, y1, 24 let us take and x2, y2, 4 and 16, then slope is nothing but what? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So 16 minus 4 divided by 4 minus 2, that is nothing but the 6. If you take some other point, right, let us say 6, 36, right, then some other functions, then what will happen? 36 minus 4 by 6 minus 2. So this 6 and 8 are what? This is nothing but constant slope at that particular point. Right? So different value, if you will take different function for this, then you will get this one. Is it clear? So now, see this, the slope of a curve is equal to the slope of the line, or we call it as the tangent, that touches the curve at that particular point, right? So the point where you will consider, right, that defines the slope of that particular point, which is different for different values of x. So a value of x will change, then obviously y will change, and on par with that, obviously your this point that is nothing but the tangent, or we call it as a slope, will change, and that we get a constant value. that you get a constant value. Let us see what we have taken y equal to x square is a function. So if x is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then del x means change in x. How it is changing? Initially it is 0. Now it is coming to 1. What is the changes? Plus 1. When it comes to 2, what it changes again from 1 to 2? We have, yes, again plus 1. When it comes to 3, plus 1 changes. When it comes to 4, again plus 1 changes. This is nothing but the changing with respect to the value of x in each and every steps. Similarly, y equal to, if x is 0, y is 0, since y equal to x square. When you put the value of x equal to 1, right? X equal to 1, then y is equals to 1. When x equal to 2, y equal to 4. When x equal to 3, y is equals to 9. When x equal to 4, y is equals to 16. Just simply put the value here. Why? Because I want to show you the changes, how it is happening in everywhere. So here 0 from 1, changes is 1. From 1 to 4, what is the changes? The difference is 3. From 4 to 9, the difference is 5. So this is what the changes is happening. From 9 to 16, the changes is 7. Is it clear? Now see how you will derive this, how that we comes to that particular place, that how the changes is happening. What is the slope by using the differentiation? So let us y equal to x square, right? Then y plus del y equal to what? Y plus del y equal to x plus del x whole square. Just replace it in forms of x, right? We'll write x plus del x, and in forms of y, we'll write the y plus del y, right? To see the changes. So y plus del y equal to, now this is what? A plus b whole square. So a square plus 2a into b plus b square, right? So now del y is equals to, you take that side, right? So x square plus 2x into del x plus del x square minus y. So y equal to how much? Y is nothing but your x square, right? So what happened? If in terms of y, if you write here x square, then this x square and x square will cancel. So what will get? 2x into del x plus del x square. 2x into del x plus del x square, right? So if you find del y by del x, so what you got here? Del y is equals to 2x into del x plus del x square. Is it clear? So del y by del x, how do you find out it? So here you just, if you put del x, it's common, then what you'll get? 2x plus del x. Yes or no? 2x plus del x. So if you write here del y is equals to del y by del x is equals to, if you bring this one here, so what you'll get? 2x plus del x, right? This is what? So the change of y with respect to x is nothing but 2x plus del x. So the slope depends on x and del x. What is slope? Del y by del x. To which oath it depends, there is nothing but x and del x. Is it clear? So now you see, if now what is differentiation? How do you derive from that particular part to this one? The slope of the graph of a function is called the derivative of that particular function. The slope itself, we call it the derivative of the function. How see? That f dash x equal to dy by dx equal to limit del x tends to 0 del y by del x. So derivative is coming from the limit. So you should be very perfect in limit. So that is why first serially I told you set, relation, functions, limit, continuity and differentiation. Is it clear? So del x tends to 0. Del x approaching towards 0. Once del x approaches towards the 0, then this f dash is equal to 2x plus del x. Previously what I have written? Del y by del x is equals to 2x plus del x. If this del x is approaching towards 0, then what happens? We write it to into dy by dx. If del x is approaching towards 0, then del y by del x is dy by dx. This is nothing but your differentiation. So when this del x will be 0, then what happens? Approaching towards 0. It means it's very minimum, right? As small as possible. Then this dy by dx will get what? Dy by dx is equals to 2x. What is your function? Y is equals to x square function. Is it clear? So how you have derived it? So f dash x is nothing but 2x plus del x, and since del x tends to 0, f dash is equals to 2x in the limit as del x tends to 0. This is what we have derived it. This is nothing but your differentiation. It comes from the limit when del x approaching towards the 0. Is it clear? Right? The slope of the non-linear function y is equals to x square is 2x. This is what? If y is equals to fx, so if y is equals to f of x is nothing but equal to x square, right? Then dy by dx is equals to 2x, where del x approaching towards 0. This is what? Y equal to x square is 2x. So the slope tells us the change in y that results from a very small change in x, very small change in x, negligible change, del x approaching towards 0. We see the slope varies with x. That is what we concluded. We see the slope varies with x. Example, the curve at x equal to 2 has a slope 4. Yes or no? Right? And the curve at x equal to 4 has a slope 8. Already this one evaluated in the study. So in this example, the slope is steeper at high values of the x. Once x will increase, so it will be increased like this, right? Based on the situation of the curve, right? Is it clear? Yeah. Now let's come to the rules of differentiation, right? What are the rules are there? All the things already you know, just we'll touch it little and then we'll go forward. Is it clear? Right? So here, what you'll know, the first one is your constant rule. First one is your constant rule. Constant rule in the sense, if y is constant, right, y equal to c, where c is a constant, then dy by dx equal to 0. Why dy by dx equal to 0? Constant means no change. If there is no change means what? No means what? 0. Is it clear? So dy by dx is 0 when c is constant. Once it become constant, there will be no change occurs, fixed. Is it clear? So there will be no change. For example, if y equal to 10, y equal to 100, y equal to 500, anything, if it is a constant, then obviously dy by dx is equals to 0, right? So next you see the linear function. If you take any linear function, y is equals to a plus bx. Already I have told you this one, right? We have derived something from this. This is the equation of the straight line. B is nothing but their slope, A is nothing but your intercept, right? Let us forget about this, now differentiate it. So dy by dx, differentiate this y with respect to x, right? Then what happened? D by dx of A plus d by dx of bx. Is it clear? A is a constant, right? B is also a constant, right? So d by dx of A will be 0. So d by dx of B into x equal to, B can take outside, and d by dx of x is nothing but your 1. So we'll get B, that is what. Is it clear? So dy dx equal to b. So if y equal to 10 plus 6x, then what happens? Dy by dx equal to 6. This is the second rule. If you take any linear function, then you can do the differentiation like this. Power functions rule. If y is equals to a into x to the power n, a into x to the power n, okay? So the power function rule. So here if y is equals to a into x to the power n, then where a and n both are constant. So dy by dx equal to n into a into x to the power n minus 1. This is the rule. So dy by dx, right, is equals to d by dx of x to the power n. Already you know this. This is nothing but n into x to the power n minus 1, right? So if y is equals to a, if a is constant, then obviously it comes outside of this. So a into n into x to the power n minus 1. For example, if y equal to 4x, then dy by dx equal to 4 into x to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is nothing but your 1. So 4 into x to the power 0 is nothing but your 4, right? Similarly, if you take y is equals to 4x square, then dy by dx equal to 8x, right? So how it will be 8x? This is your 4 into derivative of x square is nothing but 2 into x. So this is nothing but your 8x. Similarly, if y equal to 4 into x to the power minus 2, x to the power minus 2. So what will happen? So 4 into x to the power minus 2 is equals to 4 into this, what will happen? Minus 2 into x to the power minus 2 minus 1. Right? So this is nothing but 4 into minus 2 is minus 8 into x to the power minus 3. Right? Okay. Now see the sum difference rule. If both the functions they are together with addition or subtraction, right, then what you can do it. Is it clear? So if y equal to f of x plus or minus g of x, right, then dy by dx is equals to, you make separate, whether it is plus or minus, doesn't matter, d of fx divided by dx plus or minus d of gx divided by dx. So if y is the sum or the difference of two or more functions, then we can separately we can write, and individually we can differentiate it and we can edit. Let us take for example y is equals to 2x square plus 3x. So derivative of 2x square plus derivative of 3x. So derivative of 2x square in previous rule what I told, that is nothing but your 4x, and derivative of 3x is nothing but a 3. So we can make it separate if there is a plus or minus is there. So this is your sum difference rule. So y equal to 5x plus 4. Derivative of 5x is 5 and derivative of 4 since is a constant, that is 0. So we will get the answer dy by dx. If y is equals to u into v, previously we have plus or minus. Now u into v, two functions are multiplied together where u and v are functions of x. Then u equal to f of x or v equal to g of x, then what you will do? So dy by dx equal to u into dv by dx plus b into dv by dx. Already you know this one. Or you can write u into v ds plus v into u ds. This is already, you are habituated with this, right? Is it clear? So now see, for example, let us take y is equals to x plus 2 into ax square plus bx. So dy by dx is equals to x plus 2 into u into derivative of v. What you will get? 2a into x plus derivative of bx is nothing but your u. So this is your vu and this is your v ds plus ax square plus bx. This is your v and we need to write u ds. U ds means what? This is your u, right? If you derivative it, what you will get? X plus 2 derivative is 1. So that is where only this term will come, right? So now if you simplify, obviously you will get the answer for it. So now y is equals to, let us take another 4x cube minus 3x plus 2 and 2x square plus 4x. Let us take this is your u and this is your v. So u into v ds plus v into u ds. U into v ds, derivative of 2x square is 4x, derivative of 4x is 4, 4x plus 4 into 2x square plus 4x into derivative of 4x minus 3x is how much? 12x square minus 3. Is it clear? So this is what how we are going to implement the product rule, right? Now come to the quotient rule. Quotient rule means if y equal to u by v, where u and v are two different functions. So let us take u equal to a function of x and v is a function of gx, then du by dx is nothing but v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx by v square. Right? You have done many problems by using this, but just I am refreshing you what you are going to implement it. So you always you write v into u ds minus u into v ds divided by v square. This you are habituated with this function, right? So if you see an example for this, let us take y is equals to x plus 2 by x plus 4. So this is your u and this is your v. So v into u ds, x plus 2 derivative is 1 minus u into x plus 2 derivative x plus 4 is 1, right? Just multiply it divided by v square x plus 4 whole square. If you simplify, you will get the answer for it, right? This is nothing but your quotient rule, right? So the chain rule, chain rule in the sense, or we call it as the implicit function rule. Implicit function rule. If a is a function of, if y is a function of v and v is a function of x, right? If y is a function of v and v is a function of x, then y is a function of x also, right? See, dy by dx equal to what happened then? Dy by dv, because y is a function of v as well as v is a function of x. So we cannot differentiate directly to the x. We have to first differentiate with respect to v, then you have to differentiate with respect to x. This is what, that is why it is calling as a chain rule, one after another. You have to do it, right? See here, y is equals to ax square plus bx whole to the power 1 by 2, right? So let v equal to ax square plus bx. So y is equals to what happened? V to the power 1 by 2. This is nothing but the substitution. So you can do directly also, but sometimes to make simplify we can use this type of things, right? So if ax square plus bx, if you put as v, then y is equals to v to the power 1 by 2. V itself is a function of x, y is a function of v. In such cases we can use the chain rule, or directly if any function is there, then we can find out like this. So dy by dx is equals to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, v to the power 1 by 2 is what? 1 by 2 into v to the power 1 by 2 minus 1. This is what? This is your nothing but what? Power rule. X to the power n is n into x to the power n minus 1. So half into v to the power half minus 1, right? So this is nothing but half into v to the power minus half. Is it clear? So half into, this is nothing but v whole to the power minus half, right? Into now derivative of ax square plus bx, derivative of ax square plus bx, that is nothing but what? Dv by dx, dv by dx. This is nothing but, this is your dv by dx, right? And this is nothing but what? Dy by dv. So that is what we have applied the chain rule. So 2 into x plus b. So similarly you can find by using this type of formula, you can find is different. 4x square plus 3x minus 7. You can put one variable as a v, and then you can, that y can be converted to y is equals to v to the power 4. And dy by dx is nothing but 4 into 4x square plus 3x minus 7 whole cube. 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3. 4 into v to the power n minus 1, 4 into v to the power 3 into 12x square plus 3. Derivative of this one is nothing but 12x square plus 3. Is it clear? Right? Now see to the inverse function rule. Inverse function rule. So if x equal to f of y, then dy by dx equal to 1 by dx by dy. Just reciprocate it. Right? That is nothing but your inverse function rule. For example, let us take x equal to 3y square. Then dx equal to how much? 6y. If dx equal to 6y, then dy by dx equal to how much? 1 by 6y. Just reciprocate it. Right? If y equal to 4x cube, then dy by dx equal to how much? 12x square. And if you want to find out dx by dy, you need not do once more. You need not convert to x to y. Directly you can reciprocate it. 1 by 12x square. Right? That is what your reciprocate rule. Now differentiating a exponential function. So if y is equals to e to the power x, right, then dy by dx equal to e to the power x. So in general, if y is equals to e to the power n into x, then dy by dx is nothing but n into e to the power nx. Right? That is what I have written. If y is equals to a into e to the power x, where this r, a is a constant, r is also a constant, then dy by dx is equals to r into a into e to the power rx, where e to the power rx itself is y by a, y by a. Yes or no? So this is nothing but your y by a. So this a will cancel. So what will get? We will get the ry. So this is the general form of the differentiating the exponential function. Right? For example, y is equals to e to the power 2x. What will get? Dy by dx equal to 2 into e to the power x, n into e to the power nx. So 2 into e to the power 2x. So if y is equals to the minus 7x, then dy by dx is nothing but minus 7 into e to the power minus 7x. Now differentiating natural logs. This is a very important thing. See, if y is equals to e to the power x, then x equal to how much? Log y, or we call it as the ln y because the base is a here, e, right? So if y is equals to e to the power x, then dy by dx equal to how much? E to the power x, and e to the power x equal to how much? Y. Is it clear? So from the inverse function rule also we can find out like this. If y is equals to e to the power x, then dx by dy equal to how much? 1 by y. Because if dy by dx is y, then dx by dy equals to how much? 1 by y. Now, right, if y is equals to e to the power x, this is equivalent to the writing x equal to log y. Is it clear? So, x equal to log y is nothing but dx by dy equal to 1 by y. So, derivative of ln y is equal to how much? 1 by y. So, this can be derived from the inverse rule, inverse function rule also, right? So, here one more important thing is that is more generally dy by dx equal to 1 by x, where y is equals to ln x. Remember that the derivative of a natural log function doesn't depend on the coefficient of x. This is very important thing. You should not confuse about this, right? So if y is equals to ln mx log mx, then dy by dx is always 1 by mx. This m will not affect. There will be no impact of m during the differentiation. Why? Anybody you can say? Log mx equal to how much? Log m plus log x. See, log mx is equals to, we can write this one as how much? Log m plus log x. Is it clear? And this is becoming a constant. And derivative constant is always 0. See, this m may be 100 or 500, it doesn't affect our, right? So derivative of log x is obviously we'll get as 1 by x. Is it clear? So this m has no impact in our derivative. So log of 1000x is also equal to 1 by x, right? So this is what I wanted to say you, right? That is what I told you here now. Yeah. So for example, log 5x, where x is greater than 0, is dy by dx equal to 1 by x. Log x square plus 2x plus 1, what you will do? You can use the chain rule here, substitution rule, right? You can substitute v here, and you can, so 1 by x square plus 2x plus 1 into derivative of x square plus 2x is nothing but 2x plus 2. Is it clear? This is nothing but dy by dx, 2x plus 2 divided by x square plus 2x plus 1. You can evaluate like this. So some important things if you remember, then it will be easy for us to implement anywhere. So if y equal to x4 into ln x, right, then what will you do? You have to use the product rule. Here two different functions are there, x to the power 4 and ln x. So x to the power 4 into derivative of ln x 1 by x plus log x into derivative of x4 is nothing but 4x cube. This is we are using the product rule, right? So you see another example, log of x cube into x plus 2 whole to the power 4 is there. See here. So simplify fast using rules of logs. So log of x cube into x plus 2 whole square. How can you write this one? So y equal to log of x cube plus log of x plus 2 whole to the power 4, log of a into b equal to log a plus log b. First simplify like this. So log x cube is nothing but 3 log x, and this is nothing but 4 log x plus 2. Now you can do it easily. So if you do any substitution here, it will be little difficult. So by using the logarithmic concept, you can simplify it, then you can go for the differentiation. Is it clear, right? Now see, applications of derivative. This is what we have discussed. Some little problem I have done it. You have done more than that, but just I want to refresh you that what you have learned there, and because immediately we are going to learn the differentiation and how you are going to implement in different problems in different engineering areas. So that is why just refresh it what you have learned it. I have told very minimum things what you required. Many things are there in your book also. You can go that different, what is the sine function, cos function, what is the derivative of this trigonometric function, right? All these things you must be, it should be in your, immediately you should recall it. So you should learn in that way. So rate of change of a quantity, right? This is our, wherever there is a rate of change is applicable, there you can use the differentiation. Increasing and decreasing a function. Increasing or decreasing a function. Whether a function is in monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing, all these things also can be measurable, right? So tangent and normal to a curve. right? Already I think you have done it by using the differentiation. You can find the tangent normal for a given curve. Minimum and maximum values of a given function. Newton's method, linear approximation, growth and decay. Like that there are different, everywhere you need to apply the differentiation. Without differentiation you cannot go further. So everywhere we have the applications of it. So what we learned, derivative is a rate of change of a function with respect to a variable or more than one variable. Is it clear? So most of the things what we are listening, what we are hearing, what you are seeing, anything can be converted to a continuous function. Continuous function. Air doesn't move due to any force. Somebody never push or pull the air. It flows automatically. Why? Because of the atmospheric pressure difference causes it to flow from one place to another. Air moves for a place of high atmospheric pressure to a place having low atmospheric pressure. Pressure difference, the rate, the changing of pressure from one place to another. Pressure difference will be there, then air flows from one place to another. So everywhere, wherever there is a rate of change you are measuring, in that particular case, we must have to use the differentiation. And if there is nothing, any physical interpretation of a particular mathematical things, then it cannot be applicable. So derivative in chemistry a derivative is nothing but a compound that derived from a similar compound by a chemical reaction. Right? In the past, derivative also meant a compound that can be imagined to raise from another compound. If one atom or group of atom is replaced with another atom or group of atom, right, then a new compound is to form. This is also one changes happening in materials, right? So let us see this diagram. So now whatever we are there, now we are a human being, right? In the ancient days, apes used to be there. Apes are looking ugly, yes or no? So slowly by different formation, years together, right? So we became a handsome and beautiful. Because of what? The changes applying to that particular human being, or the changes happening every year, every thousands of years, every 500 years. So different changes. But thing is that here, the different parameters are there, right? It's not the ordinary differentiation. Different parameters are responsible for changing our shapes. And now, human being is the one of the cleverest creature of the world, right? This is what the changes is happening everywhere. So let us see one basket of apple. If you bring your father, let us brought a basket of apple and keep at your home, right? So apple is a very beautiful fruit, right? Everyone used to eat it. So how do you eat? You take anything, how do you eat? Means it's a very, question is very annoying, right? How do you eat means? But see, there is also something. All apples are not in the good condition. All apples will not be in the good condition. Some apple will, because we do not know, even 1 kg of apples, we cannot test each and every apple and bring. Some apple will be little going to spoil it, right? So if you check everything, which one is good one, we will take it. But parents, first they eat the worst one in the sense which is going to spoil tomorrow or day after tomorrow, they eat that one. And they keep a fresh one to us. Yes or no? That is the love of the parents we have. But when we go, we eat the fresh one. Because we are not in the position to think that emotion of our parents. Right? So why I am telling this one? Because here also see, if you don't eat this apple for 5 to 6 days, it spoils. If you keep in fridge also, after some time it will go, after maybe 15 days you can keep it, not more than that. So this spoiling, that is nothing but decaying, right? Decaying. That is also one type of application of the difference. Growth in population, that is also one type. Growth and decay. Cooling and heating, these are also different types of applications. Yeah. So many applications are there, come to us, we will have different way to apply this in physical problems, right? So this is what I wanted to say today, right? So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your patience. We will continue different topics in the next class. Thank you.